Hello friends, today we'll be discussing on the topic strategic management process. We know that the market has become highly competitive and there are different types of product and services that are in demand and are made available for the customers by n number of companies locally as well as globally. Any company which can serve in this market to fulfill the customer needs and wants can invest and start a business to earn the profitability. But to become successful, the companies are required to take support of strategies. So formulation of the strategies and doing the management is the strategic management process. So to begin with our discussion, let us first understand what a business is all about and what do businesses do or expect from the market. As we know that any business is an economic system that produces, buys or sells goods or services to meet the customer needs and wants so that they can earn profit. But to earn the profit, businesses have to compete with other businesses in their respective industry by differentiating their products and services and by creating value for their customers. In our previous slide, we also have discussed on the industry part. So industry is a group of companies which are producing product or services which are closely related to each other and can be substituted by each other, and they are all targeted to the same set of customers. For example, in the Indian telecommunication industry, Airtel, BSNL, Vi, Reliance Jio are the major companies that are competing and they are offering telecommunication network services to their customers, and those customers can select their network service provider from any of these companies depending upon their needs and wants and the service quality expectations. Now, since in any industry every business organization is wanting to maximize their profitability, and since they are targeting to the same set of customer, it is affecting to the level of competition. If a company is able to fulfill needs and wants of the customer, able to meet maximum customer expectations better than any of their competitor, can win the customer, can generate the revenue and can maximize the profitability. We also know that no company wants to lose their customer or lose their profitability, and hence they need to analyze their internal 5M resources, develop these resources better than their competitors so as to effectively utilize these resources for producing product or services better than their competitors, and thus it can help them to develop the competitive advantage. Here, the strategic management process helps organizations in setting their goals and designing the future course of action after analyzing internal and external factors so as to develop competitive advantage and to achieve the desired goals. So now let us briefly understand the strategic management process. The strategic management process can be discussed into 4 stages. Diagrammatically, strategic management process can be depicted as follows, which starts with formulation of strategic intent up to the strategy implementation and evaluation. Let us start discussing from the first step of strategic management process, which involves defining the goals and objectives of the organization which they wanted to achieve, which should be in line with their organizational vision and mission statement. This is called as defining the strategic intent. Here, this intent is the intention, that is the reason for formulation of strategy, and whatever strategies are formulated then will be implemented. What the company is wanting to achieve will become its intent. So starting with vision, vision is the long-term future aspiration of the company on a bigger scale. Say for example, at present a company is having only 10% of the market share and is ranking at the 5th position in the industry. Now the company has made a vision, that is by 2035 the company is looking forward to achieve 2nd position, and also the company wanting to become a globally recognized brand. For that, they are required to increase their sales, customer base by launching new products, by meeting the customer expectations and creating a base of satisfied and loyal customer, as well as by means of matching the quality standard of global market so that they can enter into overseas market. Now it is 2024 and by 2035 the company is wanting to achieve their vision. That means this is a quite long term aspiration which the company wanting to achieve. So it called as a vision statement. Mission is the statement that defines company's purpose, core value and the primary objective in the present as well as in the future. It focuses on what the organization does, for whom, that means who are their customer, and how the companies are differentiating themselves from their competitors. Simply we can say mission statement defines the reason of existence of the company. For example, the mission statement of Flipkart is to provide delightful customer experiences through innovative products and services. It means Flipkart is giving most importance to the customer buying experience by offering varieties of products and better service quality which will satisfy the customer expectations. So all their actions will be towards providing delightful customer experiences. Goals are the general statement of what an organization want to achieve over a long period so that they can also contribute in achievement of its vision statement. And to achieve the goals, functional departments like marketing, finance, HR, operations, supply chain will take smaller targets to achieve, which are called as objectives. And these objectives are matching to their mission statement, which will also help to achieve the goals and the vision statement. For example, suppose the company wanting to provide highest levels of customer satisfaction. Then the objectives at functional departments will be by improving the product design, improving the quality of the product, lowering the cost of the product, and it becomes the objective of operations department. To contribute in the quality product and better services to customers, HR department can arrange training programs for its employees. The sales people, that is the sales department, can help in easy decision making in buying of the product through effective communication to the customer, and the marketing department can contribute by offering more options to the customer. After the first step, that is the formulation of strategic intent, then comes is evaluating the internal factor, that is 5M resources which are present within the organization, so as to understand whether these resources are allowing to develop strength to the organization or weaknesses towards achieving their goals and objectives. Similarly, by evaluating the factors which are present in the external environment, such as the competitive factor, industry related factors using Porter's 5 forces of competition and Pestle analysis factor tools, organizations can understand whether there are opportunities or threats present in the external environment, so that accordingly they can go for the next step of strategic management process, that is formulation of strategies. So to evaluate the 5M resources, that is the internal factor evaluation, there are various tools which are present like the Brio analysis, value chain analysis, balanced scorecard, key factor rating, and preparing the strategic advantage profile. For external factor evaluation, to understand the opportunities and threats present in the external environment, the tools present are the Pestle analysis, ETOP, and the Porter's 5 forces of competition model. The third step is formulating the strategies at 3 levels, that is the corporate level, business level, and the functional level. Then analyzing these strategies and selecting the appropriate strategies for the purpose of implementation. So the 3 levels of strategy formulation: first level is the corporate level, which are also called as grand strategies, master strategies, or top management level of strategies. The second level of strategy formulation are called as business level, generic strategies, SBU level strategies, or as the strategies are helping organizations to develop the competitive advantage, they are also called as the competitive strategies. And the third level of strategy formulation are called as the functional or operational levels of strategy. After selection of appropriate strategies, now these strategies are required to put into action, which is called as implementation of the planned strategies by allocating the required resources. Strategy formulation takes place into 2 stages. The first is project implementation and the second stage is the procedural implementation. Project implementation is implementation of the strategies as per what is planned. what is documented and what is approved by the top management and the stakeholders of the organization. Procedural implementation means implementation of the strategy by means of following the regulatory norms laid by the respective bodies. Like for the insurance industry, the strategy implementation by following the norms laid by IRDAI, etc. And the last stage is strategy evaluation and control. So strategy evaluation is reviewing and assessing the effectiveness and efficiency of the implemented strategic plan as the resources are allocated and the desired outcome is expected. This stage will help to make corrections, if any, in the implemented strategy so as to avoid losses to the allocated resources like money, material, machines, manpower, methods, etc. So strategy monitoring evaluates the implemented strategies and measures the performance of the organization. So in short, we can say strategic management process will help organizations to understand what they wanted to achieve. Accordingly, they will analyze their internal and external factors. Then they go for formulation of the strategies. They analyze each of the strategy in the light of internal and external factor evaluation, and they will select the appropriate strategies which they will be implementing in the stage number 3. In 2 stages, project and procedural implementation. And after implementation of the strategies, every strategy is required to be evaluated after an sufficient amount of time so as to understand whether the implemented strategies are resulting into accomplishment of the goals or not. If the answer is not, then the organizations have to go back, again do the evaluation of internal and external factors, again do changes in the existing implemented strategies or do implement the emergent strategies, and then again go for evaluation. So this is a continuous process until the organizations achieve their desired goals and objectives. So in my next video, we'll be discussing on the different types of strategies which are being suggested by Henry Mintzberg. Stay connected, stay tuned. Thank you.